Hey there, this is Chris, and I'm next to the beautiful Deschutes River here in Bend, Oregon, one of the most beautiful places on earth. And I have a lot of, oh, there go the geese, yes, flying into my head. Anyway, here I am. I want to share a story with you today about how human design types get things done. And I shared a story or a parable on the stage at Angela Johnson's Ignite event last week and shared how human design types, how the different types sort of would cross a river if they came to a river. And you can use the river as a metaphor for anything in your life, right? But basically think about it as in this way, is that there's something that you want that's off in the distance. And if all the types showed up right here on this side of the shore and said, okay, how are we going to get across? That's what I want to share with you today. All right. Now, a couple caveats. Number one, this is a story. It is a parable. It is an example, a metaphor. So please don't take it so concretely that you miss the whole energetic point of it. Number two, there are many, many, many layers to human design. And one of the reasons that I love it so much is that it, unlike other sort of personality systems out there, it is complex, and every single person is absolutely unique. So even though I'm talking about a manifestor, or I'm talking about a generator, or a projector, or a manifesting generator, or a reflector, there are so many different layers and levels and nuances that are very subtle to each person who has that type, okay? However, that said, there are some general energetic qualities to the types, and that's what I'm going to share from today, okay? So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask me. So here we go. We're on this side of the river, and we want to get over there to those beautiful buildings over there. We're going to have to scale some rocks when we get across, but basically we want to get there, all right? So the manifester has an aura or an energy that is, it pushes outwards. It's sort of repellent. And why? Because it's pushing the boundary, it's pushing the limits, sort of leading the way for the rest of us. So the manifester comes up to this river and is like, screw all y'all, I'm going across. I'm going to find a way. I'm not going to ask permission. I'm not going to see if anybody wants to go with me. I'm not going to see who wants to pair up and make this thing happen. Now, again, remember, there's a caveat here. You might be a manifestor who's like, I love partnering with people. Great. Got it. But for the most part, the manifestor, even though they love humanity, they can love people, right? They can be a very loving soul. They don't really give a shit about anybody else. And it's not that they don't care, it's that they don't care. Why? Because they have an idea in their mind and they want to make it happen. I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm just going to go for it. And I call them, the get her done, because they're just going to take action. So they're going to build a boat. They're going to look around, find the bridge. They're going to get across that river somehow, some way, without really checking in with anybody else first. And the rest of us are often standing on the shore, and they're about 8% of the population. So it's a pretty small percentage of the population, but a potent percentage. And the rest of us often find ourselves going, well, I wish I could do it like that. Man, it really pisses me off that they just get over there so fast. And we judge ourselves and compare ourselves and go, why can't I do that too? Well, because you're not designed to, right? So the manifestor gets across. Couple things. Couple manifestors that you may recognize are Donald Trump, Al Gore, right? Al Gore, nothing's going to stop me around the environment. Donald Trump, nothing's going to stop me for doing what I want to do. And so that energy, now I happen to know a lot of positive, amazing manifestors who are nothing's going to stop me, and they're really in service. So, please don't just go, oh God, just because Donald Trump or someone else that you don't like, or Al Gore, if you don't like them and you go, ugh, I don't want to, screw manifestors, I don't like them. Please don't take it that way, okay? Right? These are people who don't take no for an answer, and they push the limits, like it or not. They push the limits and they push our buttons. So there you go. All right, so then we have generators. And I'm a generator. Generator types, we have to wait to respond. So we get up to the edge of the river and we're looking and we're like, God, how are we going to get across here? And a rock may appear, maybe a couple rocks. And we're like, and we have to trust our gut. And by the way, just a little note on the gut, not everybody has a gut response. So when somebody says, trust your gut, about 30% of the population doesn't know what the hell that means. Just so you know. But generators do, and so do manifesting generators. And so we know we get this gut response of, maybe I should step on that rock, or that's not the rock for me. And so it's step by step by step we get across the river. Now, here's something else about the generators, is that oftentimes we'll get about halfway across the river, and because we have to wait to respond or wait for the next step, we can often feel very lost in the process. Like, we're standing there waiting for the next step and we're going, now what? Hello? And we feel like, oh my God, and we have all this energy. We want to take action. So what happens is that we end up taking a whole lot of action that's not actually in the direction of getting across the river. So we start stepping on all these other rocks that are on the side, going, well, maybe this will do it, maybe this will do it, maybe this will do it. And then we end up getting somewhere in the river and we stand there and we go, why the hell am I in this river? Why am I here? I don't even know why I'm here. I've been working my ass off, but I don't know why I'm here. So if you're feeling like that and you're judging yourself for it, please stop. Part of it is that you've just been wanting to take so much action and not waiting for your very next step and how to do that, okay? A couple generator types that you may recognize: Bill Clinton, Oprah Winfrey, Margaret Thatcher, right? And their energy is an energy, they have so much energy, life force energy. It's energy to sustain themselves, to sustain long-term projects. They have the perseverance to keep going. And, the thing is that they need to wait and allow that sacral energy to build and to be following the very next step for them. Our aura as a generator, I'm a generator, as I said before, our aura is magnetic. So we're always drawing to us the next step. We're always drawing to us things that will help us, guide us along the way, opportunities. Not every opportunity that comes our way, though, is one for us to take. And it's that discernment. It's that ability to discern which step to take that is so integral. And I'm not going to cover that in this video, but I will cover it in another one, okay? All right, so that's generator type. Now, manifesting generator type is a little bit of a mix between manifestors and generators, as the name implies. And manifesting generators, they also have to wait to respond, similar to pure generators. But once they do, it's like they can kind of test the waters and check, like, is this the right path? And they can sort of make a few leaps ahead and move a lot faster than generators. However, the caveat with that is that oftentimes they do that and they're not actually checking in along the way. So they get what I say, locked and loaded on their target, and then they just start running for it instead of really just checking in periodically. Like, am I still on the right path? Is this still what I want to be doing? And because a lot of times the manifesting generator can get a lot of shit done in a short period of time, but then they have to go back and sometimes course correct because they started moving too fast and not paying attention. So if you know what I'm talking about there, if you know any manifesting generators, you know what I'm talking about, right? If that's you too. So a couple manifesting generators you may recognize: Jimi Hendrix, Mother Teresa, Britney Spears. These are high achieving people with high energy, so they have the energy and the perseverance to stay with it, but there can be some indecisiveness there and kind of getting a little bit of ahead of themselves and then having to course correct. All right, so now we have the projectors. And oh, by the way, generator types, so generators and manifesting generators make up about 70% of the population. So we're the majority, okay? All right, so now projectors. Projectors make up about 20% of the population. And projectors are here to guide us. They are not here to do the grunt work. They are not here to be rowing a boat across the river. They're here to guide the rest of us and say, you need to move over here. You work with that person. Your energy would fit really well with this person's energy. Hey, you guys work together. This is how we're going to get across. Now, here's what's interesting about the projector is that they need to wait to be invited, and they need to be acknowledged for that wisdom that they naturally possess to be received. And the people that most projectors are here to guide are the generators, right? That 70% of the population. The projectors are here to help them and guide them. And their aura is one that they can pierce right through the aura of the generators. They can project right through and see to the core, to the heart of what the generator is here to do and help guide them. But you can imagine that that might be a little uncomfortable for some generators who don't like to be guided, or who are like, well, I can just do it on my own, thank you very much. So how would the projector get across? Well, the projector would stand in their expertise, stand in their knowing. I call it being a lighthouse. A lighthouse does not run up and down the shore going, here, look at me, I can tell you, I can tell you. The other thing is that we as generators, when we come across a projector, we invite them and acknowledge them and say, hey, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you guide me? So the projector is going to get across by helping and bringing people together, connecting the right people and the right tools and the right synergy in a team. They're great managers of teams. They can see the whole picture and see the energetic way that everybody works together. And so when we acknowledge that and we say, yeah, help us, then we'll all work together. The generators will go step by step, but the projectors will help us, guide us, and help us to get across a little bit faster and get across themselves. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you. A couple projectors you may recognize: Princess Diana of Wales, Barack Obama, Steven Spielberg, Nelson Mandela. So these are people who are able to stir and move and organize and inspire energy in lots of different ways. And they are here to move us, and this energy is dependent on the people around them and the environment. So the projector needs to wait to be invited, and if you're in marketing at all or in business, you can imagine that can be a little bit scary. I have really amazing sessions with people, helping them as projectors to find out how they will best show up as that lighthouse, as that expert, and get the kinds of invitations that will help them to build their business and move forward and be that leader that they naturally are. Okay, so the last type is the reflector. And the reflector is sort of like a canary in a coal mine in a way, because their aura is one of sampling. So they're sort of sampling the auras and the environment around them and really letting us know, how healthy is this environment? I mean, they're sort of like, should we even be crossing this river at all, right? What's the health and vitality of this river? What's the health and vitality of this sacred path that we're all choosing to go on, right? So the reflector has this ability they're incredibly sensitive and perceptive, and they reflect back to us our true wants and desires and who we truly are. For some people, that can be very uncomfortable. For other people, they can feel seen and heard in a way that they've never felt like that before. So our reflectors are an absolute gift. If you are a reflector, you're about 1% of the population, and you, my friend, are an absolute gift to all of us. And it may feel a little bit lonely out there, but I can assure you that your presence is absolutely needed as much as every single other presence and energy and design as well. Okay, so a few reflectors you may recognize: Sandra Bullock, Rosalind Carter, and I might mangle this, but Fyodor Dostoevsky, Uri Geller. These are all reflectors, people who are able to perceive and step into roles, right? Actors. H.G. Wells was also a reflector. People who are able to really embody all the different nuances of a character or of an idea or of a movement, and then share it with the rest of us in a powerful, powerful way. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful to you, helping you to understand a little bit more about how each of the different human design types would cross a river or get something done or manifest or actualize or bring into being whatever it is that they want to do, whether that's a business or relationship or leading an organization or a company. So if you have any questions, let me know. And if any of this resonated with you, please comment below. I want to know what fits, what ahas have you had around this. All right. So stay tuned. I will be talking more about how you make decisions along the way on your path, and as well as sharing some case studies specifically around the different types, authorities, and design components. All right. Until then, take care. Bye.